before, people would have to go, and there was no such thing as being able to be punched in. So you had to go, everything had to be perfect. If you didn't execute correctly on that one take, everybody had to restart and do everything all over again. But then when Fruity Loops came in and other type of DAWs came up to be able to be utilized, now you can do that. One word or one sentence or one phrase and punch it in exactly how you want it to fit. But the point behind all of that is it has to be a strategy. Like you said, it would be an 8 count. And then you'll come in with the certain voiceovers or certain verbiage or certain lyrics, because it rolls with how the human mind works and how it attaches the music to our emotions. And we become more emotionally attached to the content that's being created just off of that strategy. So when you're dealing with people who understand that, that's how you take things to the next level. And that's how dude executes on the level that we're seeing now. Like, this is next level shit. We have never seen anything like this before. Like, one of one, none before him and none to come type situation. Like, shit is fire.
That's in the entire space, bro. That's the first time that I know of, someone correct me if I'm wrong, that 200 individual assets, NFTs that have digital 3D assets tied to them, were used in one single animation. Like, there's no other example that I could think of where 200, right? Like, I've seen some Bored Ape Yacht Club videos that they've got, like, 4 or 5 of the community members in there that are, in there, but I've never seen 200 like a full 6-minute video. So,
and it's crazy. Like, think about it. When we had that Discord meeting, when he showcased it to us and everybody was brainstorming in the Discord, when was that? Last, Thursday? Something like that?
yeah.
And I spoke to him on Friday, and I did the voiceovers on Sunday and sent it to him on Sunday. And he was supposed to release it on Monday, but he cut it up and he was like, oh, I'm gonna wait. And so all of this stuff happened. He even added more scenes than what we had originally had seen in the Discord, because he showed me the scene and he was like, oh, I'm gonna add this and put everybody together and then end and have everybody come out like this, standing on the mountain like this. And he does this stuff so quick and so efficient with it. Like, it's ridiculous. And to get the voiceover part on a Sunday, have it all of that chopped up and ready by a Tuesday afternoon, bro. Like, it's mind blowing stuff.
I need the high quality version, bro. Like, I want to stream it through Twitter, but I want to download that shit. I want it on my big screen here in the living room. I want the surround sound on. I want to sit the grandparents down, like, take a seat right here, grandma. You know what I mean? Sit the front. Don't even need to watch your anime, bro. I got this. Like, that's a short right there. Who's creating shorts? Our community is literally creating shorts.
I was talking about, I'm like, when are we gonna do a full length? Man, we need to just extend this, pause, and do a full length and get it grabbing. You know what I'm saying? What we got the skills, we got the people here, we got the talent. Like, let's just do something short film for real, like an episode or something, and get it cracking off.
Bro,
But
yeah.
mind blowing, man.
I didn't realize like how hard obviously the animation is probably the hardest part. The voice is hard. The story writing behind it, like, I got a lot of respect for that, right? The people who can actually write story and write lore behind a lot of these movies. That shit. Are they the ones that are on strike right now? It's the screenwriters, or?
Yo, yes. And I talked to him about this. I was like, bro, you're a hot commodity right now, right? Like, everybody in LA is on strike. They looking for this right here, right now. I was like, you ever want to jump into this? We can make some connections and make this happen on a different level, like a higher level. And he was like, oh, for sure. They started talking. He's like, man, honestly, I just like doing this. I like doing this for this community, with this community. He was like, I like including everyone on the build out. I like how this goes. He was like, I know we could take it to the next level because I just love what we're doing here at Artifact. I love what you guys are doing with Bad Take. I just love to do it with you guys. I was like, let's fucking do it.
Let's make a fucking movie.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy though, man.
Having individual stories for everybody, dude. That's crazy. So, just so everybody knows, if you're listening, if you sell your clone, you're removed from the whole fucking video. Ali has figured out how to just completely remove clones from the original video. It's super quick, so yeah, don't fuck up. Don't just play.
No pain, no gain. You out of
Don't
here,
fuck
bro.
up.
You out of here.
You get nicked from the video. Sold his clone. Hero sold his clone.
Artifact doesn't even have a way
But no, we got to figure out how
as
to
a
get this.
multi-billion-dollar company as to how to confirm someone has IP rights to the asset. So I don't want to hear it. They can't take me out of anything. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna mess up my providence. I'm gonna loan my clone to myself in protest of them not having proper documentation of IP rights. How about that?
I'm gonna take a loan out against my clone, and then I'm gonna get liquidated and say it wasn't mine anyways.
Genius.
I'm gonna liquidate it to myself.
I'm gonna
That's
liquidate
how
myself,
far I'm willing to go to never sell my fucking.
and then I'm gonna claim it on taxes as a loss because I liquidated myself. There we go. There's science right there. What's up, Baron? Look at that demon, bro.
Not much. Just over here rocking and rolling, baby. You know, back at home, back in the routine. Feels good. Feels good.
So, Baron, I'm seeing a reptile, a demon, human, and 2 angels in your collection so far. You're almost stacked all the DNAs. It's beautiful. Having the 2
I'm
angels,
trying to
that's
sell
huge.
that MK Drip Angel. If anybody wants it, I'm going after something else.
Special. Baron's going after something special. Jerry loves MK Drip Angels. He has 2 of them. So, Jerry's the guy. Jerry's back. Bro, Jerry came in here and he like had his human, right? Human PFP. He had his robot.
His name is
and then he got
Jerry
hooked
the
on
Human,
angels
though.
because he had a human PFP and he got a nickname from it and it's just stuck. But he had a robot and he fell in love with angels and now he's got like 2 of the sickest drip angels. Like he went big on angels. It's a lot of big respect there. He needs a 3rd drip angel though, Baron. I think so.
Dude, this thing is, if they can even like, I feel like if you could fog a mirror, you could get Artifact off the ground right now. Like it's not, and I'm not trying to take away from like all that it takes, but they're like perfectly situated. Literally, like I was listening to this space today, and all they're talking about is like how we went from like people worshiping Hollywood to people worshiping influencers to people worshiping niche influencers. And that's exactly what's going on in this space. It's like you're going to get 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers. You're going to need to have an online ID, right? People are going to care about like the interaction that takes place. They're going to want it to feel relationship based. They're not going to want to see your bullshit travels unless it's like authentic or like, but like they don't care about like times at the club. I guess if people like want to follow that, they will, but it'll be a much more curated space, and like having high quality digital assets is part of like that experience. So for me, I want to have like a really like I want to have a cool brand behind me. I want to have a cool artist that put together the PFP, and I want to have I want to make sure that the community I'm associated with isn't a bunch of freaking idiots. Okay, part of the IP issues that we face with Nike weeds out a lot of like the shitheads. You know what I mean? And it's like this project really isn't good for people that just want to be here short term. The price weeds out a little bit of that as well. But like, you know, what you're talking about, yeah, I mean, that can only last so long. They need to come out with a template for the IP. And I appreciate you pushing on them, because every time we push, we make progress. Okay. So, and kudos to Dre for helping me say this tonight with a measured, tone. Uh, and it's not like he pulled me aside, but just from, I don't know, just by not saying anything sometimes at all, it just kind of motivates me more than anything. Is like that shit, it's going to matter, because you're blazing the trail, Kuro, of putting the IP sheet together. They haven't gotten to it. No one's asking for it yet, or enough times, or, in the right way. So we'll get there. And I'm stoked. My son just walked in. He's stoked too. We had an iPad go in the tub tonight. It's, oh man, dude, I just got hit too, because he doesn't want me to tell you about that. Did you guys hear that, dude? Anyways, yeah, iPad down, but we're gonna make a little chores list, and we're gonna figure this out together.
I'm gonna jump off of that too, and like Baron making a great point about how people were so in love with Hollywood at one point, and it was kind of gate kept. Not even kind of. It was gate kept. You had to get into Hollywood the way that Hollywood wanted you to get into it, and if you didn't know somebody or was connected to someone, it was a wrap. And then it became more of these influencers, and this happened quickly, man. Like, if you sit back and think about the duration of time that Hollywood had where it was running things, and then how influence came through and changed up everything quickly, super fast, like within the last 10 years, it was about that, becoming an influencer, because you had the community of people who were supporting you that wanted to see you win, and you gain notoriety because of that community that you built organically, right? Like, even in Miami for Art Basel, when we was in the club, it was Kaz and I and Zap and some other people in Miami at this party, and the only people who was in the club was influencers. And I'm like, bro, I used to come here, be rappers in here. That was it's King Bach and all of his crew. Like, it's crazy shit. But my point is, now we're getting to a place where it is about the people who can create the content. And think about the timing of the CAA situation with Artifact, right? That's going to play a part into all of this. This is the other factors that people forget about, because there's so many other things that go on within the ecosystem that it overlaps. But that's a major key. Having that connection to the people who are that close to the things that curate all the things that you love entertainment wise. If you don't think that someone on the CAA side is going to see this video or other videos that are being created from the people within the community and want to do something because they see that people have the skill set to execute it, then you're not thinking logically, in my opinion. And all of this stuff comes and rolls together. So if you want to be a part of this creator movement in whatever way you can create, like I said, I don't do 3D renders, but I'll sit up there and talk to you or create the way that I know how. Now's the time to do it and jump into it. And now we have the community to support it and take it off. So think about that. Those are important points to make and think about.
Yeah. So all that, what you just said, is what they were saying too. It's like people are going to be like, they'll follow an influencer, or like these niche influencers, for the network that they have, the contacts that they have, the we found here that like people with similar interests tend to get along and like see over maybe some things that they don't have in common, when there's a real common bond that brought us together, which in this case was, for me, shoes for this project, like, and then now the 3D side. So it's just another, for me, an affirmation that we're in the right place. And the good thing about a cycle is like they don't last forever. And when they I remember like in 08, 09, in that market crash, it was like literally you wanted to puke when you looked at your accounts. You wanted to puke. So right now it's like, how much do you want to kind of just not engage with the space? I would tell you a lot of people have taken that route. How much are you like kind of feel like you've overpaid for your assets? We're pretty much all there. How much is like hate and discontent is going on in the space? Max. I mean, people are making up crazy shit. What that piece, what that Solomon did today. Don't give that man any attention. Block him, mute him. I'm saying it right now. I'm sorry I'm doing it on your space, but he's not for this for us. Okay, he's not one of us.
Nah, that guy is out of it, man.
He's
I'm
out of it.
tired of these weirdos, bro. I agree with you completely. If we don't say something, they're just gonna keep doing what they keep doing. And it's like they come around, they see that we got a good thing going on. Leave us the fuck alone. Okay? We're not bothering anyone. We're well within the fucking rules here. We're just proud and passionate. We're trying to do what we do. We don't need you guys here. We have tons of freaking amazing creators. We don't need people that are gonna bullshit and fucking make up lies and fucking do all types of psychotic shit. Like, go go back to wherever the fuck you came from with that shit. This is like what keeps getting them into trouble, and then it just progresses over time. They just keep going with the bullshit. Come on,
But this goes along with what I was saying yesterday,
you
right?
know.
And Baron, I want you to finish your point because I think you were making a great one. But this goes along with what we was talking about yesterday about how it's all about perspective. It's going to be people who you don't necessarily agree with in any and every situation that you attach yourself to, but it's about giving them the energy or the attention that they're looking for. Certain things happen. People sit up there and intentionally write out certain things to say and execute those tweets or whatever just because they're looking for somebody to have some type of feedback for it. And if you don't feed into that energy, that's the best way to kill them because it hurts them the most because nobody cares. One of the main reasons why the other homie is out there cussing and saying so much is because people aren't paying him any attention. And he's like a kid in the supermarket that's throwing a tantrum. If you don't give them what they want, they're going to scream louder until somebody pays them attention. So just ignore them and
Yep.
keep it moving. Feed the things that are feeding you. Feed the positivity into the things that are helping you grow, which is these situations that we have right now as a community. So, Baron, keep going, man. I want you to
Yeah,
drop
I
that
mean,
point.
you're right. Like, because I just did block mute. That's it. I didn't even make a comment on it. Should I guess I just people beware. Like, if your gut's telling you this, like this shit's off, it's like it's off, right? Like we don't have to play in that mud anymore. So, anyways, yeah, it's like we're getting all the signs of continued closer and closer to being done with this cycle, and I just it's wild because like I think the gods had a big drop today. Uh, there was something else that was big going on in Web3, and just no one's talking about it. So we're not alone. I think that we're probably in better shape than most, but it's a what happened today was an inspiration, for me. What that gentleman did is just I can't tell him how much I appreciate him enough. I told him, I was like, send me your wallet. Of course the guy won't do that. Like that's the kind of people we got in this space. Count me in. That's all I got for right now.
I couldn't hear Dre, but I can hear you guys. So I'm gonna add him back up real quick. So you know what this video that Ali made kind of reminds me of? It's almost like in a sense, bro, it's like a yearbook. Somebody said it in Discord, but it really is, dude. It's like, remember that hard ass bear market we went through? Here's 200 MFers that were here every fucking day, and there's another 200 more that could have been in that video but didn't get to make it, and hopefully the next one. But that's crazy, bro. Like you could look through that video and you recognize people in the community that fucking rocked through the bear market with you, vibed in spaces, fucking hit the timeline, shared content, like supported what you were doing, and vice versa. It's like a yearbook in video, dude. So like 5 years from now, I could look back and go, "Oh shit, I remember that clone. I remember that clone. I remember that clone." That's fire. That's something special. Like Baron just said, it's more than just like an animation. It's actually something special for the community. So really big deal, bro.
Tom, remember that yearbook picture that they did in New York? Think about I don't remember how cool that was, and all the clones were like posted in Times Square.
Oh, bro, I didn't that picture. I remember.
That was like the last time we had a yearbook photo. I'll go try and find it. And And now look at what we're getting. Like, if that doesn't show you progression in the bear, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like.
That
It's
photo was packed,
unbelievable.
dude. It was super cool.
It was packed, but it was just one still photo of like a bunch of cut and paste. And now we've got, and taking nothing away from that photo. Like, look at what this gentleman put out today. It's insane. And so for me, that shows what progression has taken place. I mean, that person that did it. I can't remember who did the picture of Manhattan. Took them forever to cut and paste all those photos in there.
King Salah.
Cass remembers
King Salah, I think his name is.
exactly who it was.
I remember because I think I tried to get in the photo, but I wasn't going to New York anyways. I don't think I made it in. But I like the analogy. It's like a progression. Like our creators are like taking steps up, bro. Like they're challenging each other. They're learning. They're getting better. I mean, Cass is busting out Unreal 5 shit weekly at this point. Like this crazy. How much people are utilizing like this bear market. Yo, you see me dropping the utilizing? That's a Dre Millie special. Utilizing the bear market, baby. They're utilizing the bear market to learn, bro. They're not fucking putting up posts about, women in the community just for attention, for like engagement farming and talking shit about people in other community for engagement farming. No, they're spending their time learning some shit, bro. They're spending their time building and connecting, because when that bull market comes back around and another 10,000 people join the space, it's going to be a lot of noise. It's hard to make connections when there's a bunch of fucking noise around. Now's the time to really kind of dial in some connections and get a feel for the people that you want to work with going into bull markets,
You know what's dope too is that even within this video, right, you see every clone DNA had its own like situation. It was like an introduction to them, right? So the people who didn't know what the clone DNAs were, or people who had questions about clones and the ecosystem, this is more like a visual learning tool for them to understand and get it. So at the end, you see how everybody suited up and they were going to go after something, right? They was coming together to make sure they stood together to battle whatever that something was. And that's the whole point about it. It's like we're in here battling this bear market together. Like we all came together, we all still here together every single day, or as much as we possibly can, and we are fighting off all of that energy that comes this way that can be destructive, or something that can permeate the systems and the love that we've created as a community, and we fighting it off. Like, nah, you're not gonna do this. And think about how many battles, bro. Like you said, Compound, when we first got into this session today, man, what a day. Damn, what a day it's been. And it feels like that weekly. It's like, damn, what a day. Like, because it's always something that's coming our way, but we still overcome it as a unit and move on to the next thing. And I think that was just such a great visual to represent that.
Dude, I just want to get a list. I want a list of all the reptiles in that video. We need to create that chat. Like, it's a great way to build off of. Like, he's got it all compiled. It's fire. Can't wait to hear what the hands have to say. Look at all these hands, all different colors too.
Where'd all these the demons roll as a gang, bro? They like see each other up there, like, all right, we gotta roll up there. Let's go overwhelm the angels.
Bro, the demons intro was so fire. Like, I enjoyed the entire video, but how the demons came in, how the music switched up, how it had like that long runway of the fiery whatever color, like that was like, yo, this is crazy. But yeah, who had the hand up first? Was it Alone or was it
Demons
Shadow?
are the best DNA. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I know,
No, they're
I
not.
know, I know.
No, they're not.
Ah,
I'm one of 34. I'm the only orange reptile you'll ever see on any Twitter space harassing
it's
people.
about quality, my guy.
I'm the real demon here. I'm the final boss you guys got to be to become real demons.
Hey, sometimes
okay?
it's about quality and not quantity or lack thereof, my friend. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. No, but honestly, that was really just.
Well, listen, man. My clone is the most fucking epic fucking clone. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. It looks better than Zapdos. It looks better than Clegg's. See, this is demon energy. Okay,
L'chaim, my guy.
emulate
You have a
this.
beautiful clone.
Work with it.
L'chaim, you have the most beautiful clone I know, after mine, of course.
No, mine isn't though. It's definitely. I don't want them to be here to hear this, but it's seeds.
But all jokes aside, and I have to jump down in a second because I have a session starting soon. But it was fucking epic, man. It's just like he keeps like outdoing himself, and it was just so impressive, and everything was good. And Dre, your voice is smooth like butter, but vegetarian or vegan butter for you, I know. And it was just amazing. The only thing that I'm gonna say is next time, Ali, I know you're not in this room, but hit up your boy Architect for some music, man. We'll fucking make it happen. That's all.
You know what? We spoke about that. I can't even lie. We spoke about how it's people in the community who could create the music for the backgrounds, but we was on a time crunch. And I was like, oh, I know it probably takes some time to get all that stuff back. But we threw out names, and one of your names was included. Of course, it was Illa and others, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, yo, we can go there, but it's like it's going to take some more
For
time
sure.
to
It's
get it
always
up.
like that with music and film. That's the one thing that is annoying about being the music person. They always come to you last, and they're like, "Hey, I don't really have any budget, and we need it done like yesterday." And you're like, "Yo, man, you've been working on this for like 2 years, bro." Like, and that's just how it works. But all that to say, like, an easy way to kind of do this next time is to kind of allocate each, get like several people that do music and give each of them like a DNA and let each of them like rock with the DNA. Then the music people can collaborate. You get like a musical director person that kind of like spearheads everything and keeps everyone honest and makes sure that everything is kind of cohesive, where we can speak of like, all right, what key are we going to use? What is the energy we're going for in each of these things? And how long does it each need to be? And like that person keeps everyone honest. And, I think if it's like a group effort with like different people that do music that are like tackling different like scenes or different DNAs or whatnot, it could get done relatively quickly, I think. But all that to say, it was fucking epic. And I mean, I'm just always so impressed. Like, even though I shouldn't be at this point, because, there's going to come a point where we're desensitized to it, which is not a good thing because he's so incredible. But I mean, it was just beautiful. It was like a beautiful thing. One of the most beautiful things I've seen in this like bear market. And it really just deserves to be like the talk of the timeline because there's so much bullshit that gets so much attention all the time. And it's like we got to kind of, and I mean I don't know how that happens, but like collectively as like a consciousness in this space, we got to shift from the drama to the actual good vibes, because this was just like exemplary in my opinion.
I agree, man. 110%. Like I said, pour the energy and the attention to the things that you want to see to grow, and not the bullshit that people are trying to get you to speak about in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And let's just retweet it out as much as we possibly can. Let's retweet this space as much as we can. Like, comment, all of that stuff. Feed the algorithm, get some people in here, and get it crack-a-lacking. Who we going to next?
Can I say one more thing, Dre? I don't want to cut you.
Of course.
Because I'm gonna have to bail soon as my collaborator gets here, the singer. But I mean, just as to like feeding the energy, I just want to say that I know what you mean by that, but I'm also proud of the people that stepped up today and kind of like defended Fawn, because I know that it really affected her what happened. So I just want to say I'm proud of everyone over here that just use their voice, because that just was not acceptable nor appropriate. And there's different ways to like address it. We can ignore it and like just not feed like the toxicity, like, and let the beast die of starvation. But I think at a certain point, we also have to protect like people in the community that are being singled out, like especially unjustly. So both sides work, but I'm just proud of everyone that like stepped up and that like stepped up and defended her honor, because she's such a sweet individual and she doesn't like deserve to be targeted at all whatsoever. It's just like ridiculous. So I'm proud of everyone here. And more of what you said, Dre, man, just kind of feed the good shit. And just, again, I'm proud of everyone, because that's just unacceptable. And especially with our ladies, man, and our women, we got to protect them. And, we got to like just, protect each other and be there for each other. So I'm proud of everybody, man.
No, well said. I definitely agree with that, especially when it comes to certain individuals who are unjustly targeted. You know what I mean? Those are the times. I mean, y'all see when I step up and say something. I got to be on, or something has to be in a specific spot for me to be like, you know what? let me say something about this. So no, for sure, I definitely agree with you 110%, and I appreciate everyone who used their voice to battle that ignorance as well. So we going to let's go to Green Cipher before we go to Shadow. Shadow, I know you're gonna be going when we going, man. I'm gonna give you your time.
I just wanted to say, yo, I saw the video and it was absolutely bonkers. I was at work, I seen it, and I'm a very very nitpicky person, especially like with art, just because like it's just fun because you can actually like scale how like what level the artist is at. And what I found really, really interesting about the video was at any point, if you just look at any clone or at like any item in the video, it is always moving. Nothing is ever static and everything is always engaging. And I thought that was phenomenal. Like, it just goes to show how far Elasticity is like as an artist, right? Like, it's insane. And Dre, you were obviously killing it too, man. That shit was awesome. That shit got me hyped, bro. I'm just like I was like, it's too good, man. I hope there's more of it because I know I know Alone you were saying we might get like used to it, but I feel like never, man. Like if anything, I feel like this will just like be a catalyst in like other creators' mind and like now they can kind of actually like see it's possible, right? And it's done to like such an incredible quality, right? And this should be the standard if anything going forward. And so in my opinion, it would like it wouldn't ever get boring. If anything, it would just become more and more enticing as like people like experiment in a different way with different storylines. But I don't know. That's just me.
I didn't really mean that it would get like commonplace, but yes, I agree with you. It's just so amazing.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. It's incredible, man. I was talking to my friend about it too, and we're just like advertisement in the future is going to be like is just all this. They're going to be leveraging 3D assets and they're going to use obviously the most like recognized and the most premium assets, right? Just because not only like it's going to be like celebrities, like you get LeBron James be like, oh, you like my stuff, right? But in the future, it's gonna be like whatever asset, right? I don't even want to say, because you guys already know, right? But it's just super awesome just to like see it all be visualized and just like start growing already. It gets me hyped, like I don't know if you can tell.
No, but we all get hyped for real about this. The future, man, the possibilities are endless. The connections that's being made, the content that's being created, the possibilities that come from all of this are absolutely endless. And I'm excited as well, man. It's nuts to think about what can happen and how it will happen and what we will see happen. Like you talk about how his content always move. Think about the Ready Set Pose situation, right? You will see certain things or certain attributes with specific clones that you didn't even notice before because this man found a way to animate them. Like having Halo spin and Anya's cat ears. What she say? What they were bouncy or something before? Like having all of that stuff happen, it was next level, and that's part of each experience that happens that continuously being built, right? Like the dynamic profiles, the icon moving, and everything being created from that. Like it creates so much more, so many more possibilities with each drop that happens. And this is only one person, one creator of the community doing this. So imagine everybody else and how they get down and what they're planning on doing and how they're executing. It's just next level. It's
Where
to
it
the
went
next
like
level.
where it went over the top for me was when like I realized that bro did not even forget about wind. Like you can literally like watch the video again and you'll be like, how is there wind? Like he didn't even forget about wind, bro. It's insane. And like that you can't like it's like if you're animating in Blender, man, like that's not something that just comes to you normally. It's just like you're not thinking about wind, right? But like he thought about everything, man. Like so when you say this was rushed or on a time crunch, it just makes it like even more like juicier just because it's like if it wasn't on a time crunch, I wonder what else would have been part of it, right? And or like I don't know, it's just so sick, man. Like I'm so proud of you guys, man. You guys are so sick.
Bro, Cypher, I'm excited for you searching for clones. You're gonna get yours one day, bro. There's a good video actually of him doing all of these. Let me see the ready set poses, and if you really like slow down the video, each one has its own little animation. All the bucket hats, the halo spinning on the angels, like every DNA has a specific animation or hair moving, some crazy shit. You could if you're tripping on the details, bro, the dude goes into details because I've done it. I've watched this video a few times already. I plan to watch it a little bit more tonight, just to see what details I missed. You know, my favorite part, honestly, was watching Yobs and Mr. Jiang. They were looking for their clones in there, and they found their clones both painting because they're both artists. They draw, you know, Yobs draws and paints, and then Mr. Jiang paints and draws as well. And he had them in there painting, bro. And the detail of it, he had their paintings in there. He had a bad take in CloneX radio on one of the walls, bro. And like Prez found it. It's dope, dude. It's dope. The details, right?
So many details. The painting that Yobs came up with on Friday for his Artifact Creators session made it into the video that dropped today. So like it's so many details. Like the background when the robots first switch over to DNAs and it's like posters on the background. It's like he put one of a screenshot of what Compound did for Bad Take back there. Like it's so many details. If you just gotta keep rewatching it and you'll keep finding them. Like, oh shit, I didn't even see that the first time. It's one of those.
He took all the reptiles in that end shot and put them all in suits. And I'd have to think it's because the Baron suited up. Dude, it made them like black and silver suits, dude. It's just, yeah, I like I said, it was like putting lifeblood back into me as it relates to this thing. It's already there, but it's just like, it's exactly what I needed.
Those Murakami ties, bro, on those white suits, crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy stuff. Shadow, let's go to you, bro.
Oh, is that you, Shadow?
Man, I feel like I've been... Wait, what?
Is that you?
Shadow been play Planet Exiting all day, bro. He was dropping alpha in that space. He was up in there.
I'm in there. If you innovating, I'll be there. But no, yeah, they hosted like a 6-hour stream, bro. They on some other shit. That shit was crazy. I was working my shift and talking. And then, you know what hyped me up even more? My boss, he was like, because I had to close on something, and I also stepped in for him to give kind of an update for other departments on kind of what's been going on. And he was like, "Oh man, good work today, good shit." I was like, "Bro, you know what? I've been in spaces all day. I've been like just straight, I don't know, man. I've been on some other stuff today, bro.
Day, bro, all day.
Yeah. But
I was supposed to join it. I was supposed to join at 9 British time, I guess. I thought it was 9 Pacific time, so I woke up at 9:30.
Me too.
I'm late, and I pulled up, and it was. I saw you in there 9 a.m. Okay, I checked back in at 1. You still in there? I checked back in later. You were still in there. So the secret is do spaces, and your boss will tell you good job.
Guess what? I was jumped in there, and Shadow's like grilling him on questions. So with the mint, exactly how's it going to work with the average price? And dude,
I grilled him worse than that, because my thing is this: with Artifact, it's all there. I just had to go and find it. Now, if the founders, if they were still like grinding spaces, which they shouldn't have to, because it's a well-established project at this point. Planet X is at a different point. They're starting out. So I'm going to, not in a mean way, but I'm going to ask you tough questions. Like, somebody was asking them about, I won't get all into it. I've asked him tough questions about what is your goal? What is the plan for your assets? Are you going to be diluting your assets? I've just been asking all these questions because I'm not going to make you my number 2 project until I've asked every single question of what I think should at least have been thought about, and you should have an answer for it. And he went above and beyond all that. Ghost is he's a different breed, bro. But no, yeah, but like I want to talk about the video though. That video was amazing. I was in it. I was happy as hell. My clone is doing what I feel like I would be doing, is just sitting back, just chilling and enjoying the ride. And that's exactly what my clone was doing. And I look, I feel like I may be a demon, yes, but I'm just gonna claim to just be the chillest demon. I'm not so interested in taking over the world, man. I just want to, I joined the demons because they made me a good deal, bro. And I was like, hell yeah, man, let's go ahead and do it, bro. So I'm just chilling. But you know what my wife said? She goes, I'm showing her this video. And first of all, she found a section where I was also in as well, too, for like a hot second. I was like, how the fuck did you even see that? You're the one wearing glasses. I don't. But anyways, not only that, it gets to the Murakami and she pauses it. And then she looks at me and she goes, why didn't you buy one of those? I said, I don't know, because I didn't have like $20,000 at the time. Like, bro, I was like, are you serious right now? You gonna be like, why didn't you buy one of those? Why'd you buy a demon? Like, you don't understand how this works. Just watch the video, bro. It kind of ticked me off. I was like, really?
Wait, what'd she say?
She said, we got to the Murakami part, the Murakami, where, because it goes through each DNA and it's showing you all the different, stuff. She liked the angels. She's like, oh, that's cool. But when the Murakami, she like paused it and was like, why didn't you buy one of those? And I'm just like, are you serious right now? You know how much these things cost? So yeah, man. But it's been a great day for me, man. That video was amazing. I appreciate. I don't think he's in here, but thank you, Allie, for putting me in there, man. Appreciate it, and glad to be a part of CloneX history, man. That was dope. I mean, it was really dope, like for real. Like if that was like the start to like, like a movie or something, man, like I don't even know. I was at all with just the art, and I was looking at all the people like, oh, there goes so and so, there's so and so, like, you know, I feel like it was a missed opportunity to not have Kiro just kind of just lurking, ready to wreak some havoc, man. He was just being chill, bro. I was like, man, that's not Kiro, bro.
With his
Kiro,
hand up, just like his hand up, ready to fucking just go in.
bro, he's just like yeah, bro. But it was cool though. It was a cool video.
Last night, Shadow actually saved Leap Space because I was about to go off. If Shadow didn't rescue them, they're about to get an earful about what I thought. Yeah, I'm always there to support, but I don't know this Planet X characters, right? I just wanted to make it very clear to the guy that I was only going to support Fawn.
No,
Yeah.
I appreciate it though last night, man, because I had my hand up for like an hour, and I was like, oh wait, let me message Kiro. And I appreciate it, bro, because I had another question for him, and my question was, okay, like all this sounds great, but can you keep up with the hype? And he talked about, all these different avenues and stuff. So here's the thing, right? Planet X is definitely my number two. Artifact is gonna be number one. I'm fully equipped. I got my ship. I got my eggs. I got my clone. I'm if anything, once I get done with Planet X, I'm gonna be going for my round two trip where we're gonna go for that second clone and then go for some more eggs. I think is what my play is gonna be. I think I'm good with the vials and stuff. But anyways, I'm not gonna push I mean on their spaces, I'm gonna be hype and everything, but there's still a proving ground to prove, and they have to prove to you know web 3 and web 2 that they can do this. I just acknowledge that they have all the puzzle pieces. It's up to them to put it together in the right order, right? And you never know how these things go. So I'm being optimistic, and I have set aside 2 ETH just for their ecosystem. And once that 2 ETH is gone, I mean that's it. I'm not spending any more. And that's my risk tolerance. I spent like 3 or whatever with Artifact. But yeah, I'm optimistic about their program, but I'm not gonna like be like, oh, you guys should, everybody should jump in, because I could be wrong. They still need to do it. Now, if this was a year later and they already had the game and it was already proven and they're doing everything that they're actually saying, then I'll be, on the hilltops being like, yo, have y'all heard about this? But for right now, I'm just happy with how things are going. And I can at least say that this guy Ghost, he knows his stuff. He's not faking it till he makes it. He's actually like legit, you know, doing the stuff that he says he's doing. I've even done, when I found out, he's just dog. So I just, did a little bit of research and I was like, okay, cool. So this guy, he's legit, and they're on a task to try to deliver this thing. So we'll just see what they do, man. But yeah, I'm happy for them, and I'll be in their spaces the next couple of days.
I had a question for Shadow. So how long until they have the mobile game? Because I'm not minting anything that tells me that there's going to be something in the future. If it's not ready yet, I could just mint when it's ready, right? So
Yeah, and you gotta remember they're going to be doing a 10,000 droids, and they're only releasing 1,000. So more than likely, you can completely miss this. And he said within the next 6 to 8 months he wants to release the full 1K. So if that's the case, in the next month or two he's going to have another one. But to answer your question, they do have a playable game. I have seen like it actually, like somebody playing it live, so it is legit. There is only 34 beta testers right now. They have a very closed system where they have like 34 people around the world. 30 of them, or no, 20 of them, they won the Gen 1, their Genesis mint for their pods that has an X droid in it. And everybody that mints an X droid this week, we will get instant access to be a part of the round 2 beta testers. So they're going to go from 34 closed beta to still a closed beta, but inviting everybody who's a holder. So yeah, but I can tell you that the app is ready. They have clippets of it everywhere. What they're working on right now is a 1v1 arena. That's not fully done because that's more of a newer idea of like where I can just challenge you, Kuro, and be like, yo, $1,000 in, coin or whatever. Let's 1v1, and whoever wins, that's who gets the, prize or whatever. But as far as the actual Planet X itself, the main planet, because there's supposed to be multiple planets, but they're starting off with this main one. Yes, that is done, and there is an app of that. I think if you go on the Mint page, if you scroll down to the bottom, they have a little small clip of somebody like walking around, and then he walks over the chest, and then the chest pops up, and it's the Tesla that they're going to be giving out if the final Mint reaches 0.5. Me personally, I don't think it's going to reach that point, but it's still a good goal to have. So yeah.
oh, okay. So then, what's like? So I seen people bid like 1.5 ETH and stuff, right? So are they going to be able to get the maximum mint of 3 and then a refund for the rest of their ETH?
Yeah, so I minted 1 ETH so far. I'm saving this other ETH because as long as I get 5 minted, I don't really care. I just want to max mint. But yeah, so right now their auction works where it's, as we stand, to get a droid, it's 0.1 just to get one droid. If you mint over 0.5, it doesn't matter what amount you mint over, but as it stands right now, if you mint over 0.5, you reach your maximum of 5 droid pods, and there's a claim button at the end of the auction where you click on it, you pay gas, and then you get your Ethereum back into your wallet. And also the same goes for if you don't mint enough. So let's say the final mint does hit 0.5 and you only minted, or you only bidded 0.3. Well, you don't get a droid, and then you just pay a little bit of gas, and then you get your 0.3 back. That's how it pretty much works.
Oh, dope. That's cool.
Yeah, I want to know everybody's opinion on that, because I've heard of Dutch auctions and I've heard of, different styles, but This is just a straight up just auction, which and they announced like they're doing it this way because of the market sentiment, which I respect. But then I was thinking to myself, I was like, why not do that for, I guess because you got whitelists, you got the structure of NFTs is a little bit different than I guess per project from project, but I like the auction because it's kind of like this is how much money I.
So I'll explain to you the whole whitelist thing. The whitelist thing was just done for market manipulators to be able to get all their friends and close personal associates into mints, and then be able to have an excuse as to why, there's only like 30% of like there's only 30% unique holders. That's how they were scamming people during the bull run. They realized at a point that doing open mints like Bored Ape Yacht Club and stuff redistributed wealth too easy. Like it made it too fair to redistribute wealth. So they figured out a way to screw everyone.
Well, dang.
Yeah, people don't like when I talk because I'll just tell them exactly what happened and the facts about it, because at the end of the day, like as much as I like art, I didn't get into crypto for art. I'll tell you that much. I got into it for the bands, for the money. Okay, and like people have to realize at the end of the day, this is a financial system. There are going to be bad actors. They are going to try different schemes and different ploys as to how they're going to be able to have an advantage, right? You know, a lot of these guys go from putting 20, 30 grand into a project to being millionaires during the the bull run because they minted from their own project from like 30 wallets and then dumped into the hype that they had created with the rest of the money that they used for their marketing budget. So people don't want to hear that. They were all upset because they couldn't do that to the artifact mint, because it was based on fair distribution for people that like actually believed in the team and bought things like the sneakers and such. And that they didn't like that. That's why they still FUD to this day. But when there's a whitelist, I'll tell you, if you go and I could just pull up a whole bunch of stuff, but it's like it's not gonna help anything at this point. We gotta like think forward. But like basically a lot of these reveals, we got spreadsheets, and in the spreadsheets it told us what was rare and what to make bids on and offers on and stuff. And it's like I didn't participate in that shit. That's why I got kicked out of most of those fucking influencer chats. But like at the end of the day, they have to realize their shit's at zero now. Mine isn't. So
Yeah,
they can hold
that's
that.
that's why I like these auctions because I'm just like, bro, like all you need to do is say this is how much money I'm willing to lose, and then you bid that. However many you get, that's how many you get. Whatever happens at that point, that's on you. I think people are like, oh, they set the mint price to this amount. Now I'm mad because the floor is like down. I feel like if everything was just an auction, it's just kind of like, yo, it's up to the community. How
Bro,
much
unpopular
worth?
opinion and just my opinion. This doesn't reflect anyone else's opinion. But I think Moonbirds is one of the slowest rugs and proof that's ever existed in the space. And I don't care what anyone says. It's a slow rug.
Where'd the shout out their mechanics, bro. I don't think it's a Dutch auction. It's an auction though, and it's kind of cool. Top 1,000 bids get to mint, right? And it's a whole bidding chart, and it shows what
Exactly.
everybody's bid is. So it's just kind of like
And
what
the
people are
wallet too.
willing to pay. It's like a free market type deal.
Is the price though the lowest
The,
price of those 1,000?
Yeah, man.
the lowest price is 0.1.
Oh, so
Yeah,
it's
no, I
true
saw it, but
average.
it was cool. I never seen. I've heard of, like
Oh, he
visually seen it.
can't
And they
hear
have a
me.
pretty cool board up that shows you where everybody's mint at, how many they want to mint, and what price they want to mint at, and then it allows like a free market. Like if you want to get in that top 1,000, you need to be in this range to get on the chart.
But then check this out. You know how the whitelist people, how they get normally they get something for free. Well, if you're top, because you can spread this out, but they're doing 10. If you're top 10, you get one for free. So now imagine you did like an auction for any type of NFT project, and you go, okay, we're dropping 10,000. The top 100 bidders, you get one for free. I think that's fair. I don't know. That's just me. But go ahead, Green.
I just wanted to comment about Planet X just because I used to actually run a little gaming guild just because I thought play to earn was the shit, and it was like I don't know, maybe my experience might be a little bit insightful, I guess. um Nex and Ghost, they have been actually around the space for a while. Um, they're good people. I remember with Metashima too, they were here, right? Um, but like for Play to Earn, like for me, the projects I got into, like in terms of floor price, just because it was the bull market, it was actually not bad. It was decent. Um, some of them were like very slow cooks, but majority of them are still not developed. I'm still waiting on them, but the good thing is like a lot of them are actually getting finished. Like this third quarter or fourth quarter, right? So we're going to see a lot of games pop up, right? So I'm not sure like at what point of development Planet X is at, right? But like if it's soon, it could be pretty interesting because a lot of games are going to be releasing in the third and fourth quarter, like very
Yeah,
very soon.
he said his so out of close, they want to be out of beta by October. So the main meat of the game is made. The arena and all these other game modes, they're just kind of like the side, to the entree. But yeah, he's saying October is when the game is going to launch. But everybody that buys a droid between now and then, you will get immediate access to the beta. So yeah, and he's going to take feedback.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's
My
awesome.
my question then becomes like, is there anywhere I can track the off-chain beta testing data and actually see like how many people are playing, how often they show up, and like what the stats are, if they're competing, who's winning, you know?
That would be a question for Ghost. I recommend you definitely ask him that because he'll probably have an answer. But from what I know, they have not been playing for actual money yet during this closed beta because there's only 34 people. They've just been doing like small tests where it's like, okay, 20 people and go, and then they just kind of just they play as if they're actually playing, but they're not actually winning anything. They're just testing items and guns and shields and stuff like that out. And they do tell them, he said today, there's a guy that's in India. He'll say, hey, that match was a little buggy. Here's some screenshots of what I was witnessing. And he has like people in the UK who are like, yeah, that was great for me, or this item wouldn't allow me to pick it up. Like, so from what it sounds like, and I've seen, like I said, I've seen the gameplay. It is real. It's not like fake. And once I get in there, I'll be definitely be willing, as long as I'm able to, I will be definitely willing to share with anybody who wants to see anything. But yeah, to my understanding, he Ghost will probably love to answer that question, man.
I would love to hear it too. Because if anything, I still have a bunch of beta testers, bro. They'll test it, bro. They'll have fun with it. These guys, that's all they do, bro. They have so much fun with it. You know, gaming is their life, bro. You know, because they make money like this too, right? But yeah, it's like a lot of the games that that I'm into right now. You have like a dashboard, and there's like a way you can like delegate these assets to these people. So basically you're I don't know how Planet X will work because like some games are actually different. Like I have this like a space game too, and it's basically like you have to like do the grind yourself, but you can like rent your things um at like a marketplace. So it's a I would love to actually like talk to
Yeah,
Nex and Ghost about
you,
this. This is actually really really interesting.
you,
Like at least we would get some clarity for sure.
Oh, Baron has his hand up, but you can rent. I'll go into it. But what's up, Baron?
Dude, you respect the hands. Like, we don't respect your hand But you respect my hand. I see how it is. Dude, if I jump in now, I'm gonna completely derail what you guys are talking about. So,
You're good. You're good. You're
I'll
good.
just
Go
answer
with
that.
it.
dude,
The only reason why is because I'm used to. I'm in my other chat. We it's like the hands is like the only rule. You can talk about anything you want in there as long as you respect hands, and that's it. So that's why
well,
I'm
I'm gonna
used to
really
that. I
chop.
see
I
hands.
gotta really chop it up because um, I'm about to step down and come back up because comp can't hear me. See ya.
Oh, okay. Well, but Green, yes, you will be able to rent out your droid, and actually something that came about today when he was talking about how he's open to ideas. If you get a droid, you're going to be invited to a private Discord where you'll have access to submit your ideas, and he'll have spaces for only holders while we're still in closed beta. He said he's not going to take every single idea, but he is going to respect and hear out. And so there was a guy named Cries, and he was like, well, here's an idea. Like, you should, because I want to be an owner and rent mines out, but I want to have, the best proposition to offer users. And that is, he was like, you have these X keys that are used to open up bunkers that only 500 people have. You're talking about a revive stone that only 100 people will have. That'll be a super rare item. If I can bundle an X key and a revive stone and a high trait droid that has high stats, then that would be more appealing to someone who wants to rent for, let's say, 0.0, 2 or whatever the price ends up being. It's not going to be, I do not foresee it being like $200 per match, but like maybe like, $20 to rent out a beefy rare droid and some other stuff. So if you got like 100 droids, I mean, anyways, but yeah, you can rent it out 100% and bundle rent as well. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Don't you need to have 100 users to play your game to be able for any of that stuff to make sense? Like, okay, guys, I'm gonna be serious with you guys for like 5 seconds. Apart from the fact that I'm smoking weed right now, and I probably shouldn't be. But listen, okay, I've put a lot of money into Web3 games that told me they were gonna do this, that, and the third. Some of them didn't release, right? That's what my main problem is, right? And then the ones that did release, not that good. Okay. How do I know this is good unless I see streamers like fiending over it? Like, have you seen the Dr. Disrespect game?
I have the dead drop.
It's garbage to me, right? But the thing is anyone can play it. And a lot of people have review videos. So that leads me to believe that it could possibly very well be something that is successful in the future. This I'm not entirely sure on.
Well, then let me say this. Then the game is still in beta, so like I 100% get what you're saying, and trust me, I have my expectations tampered, especially when it comes to the renting, because the game has to be good in order for people to even want to rent your droid. But these are the steps that we're at. Is we're in alpha closed beta, and then they're going to have like an alpha 2, then they're going to have an official closed beta, and then they're going to publicly release. That's normally how these things work. Uh, the droid holders will get access, so that'll make it 1,000 people right there. And basically, the easiest way to explain it is this: the game is going to be free to play. There's there's extreme hunts where you can win Teslas and $20,000, and then there's going to be free to play hunts where you can win Nike Air Force shoes, Domino's pizza, McDonald's gift cards, like small prizes, right? That's the free to play side. And most of the money and advertising and sponsors and all that stuff is going to be pumped into the extreme hunts, which is droid access only, or you rent out a droid to participate. They did talk about today that they have a certain allocation of money that they are going to be pumping out towards streamers, to where when the game publicly launches in October, it gets into as many hands as possible. But they want to do a shotgun approach where they do it for like 3 weeks and then they just ride kind of like the momentum from there. They don't want to have a long term, like, let's just keep paying streamers to play this game, because they believe that once the right amount of eyes get onto it, it's going to just take off on its own, which I do agree with as well too. So with you, Kiro, I would definitely say just wait. I would say wait to the next 1,000 droid drop, because probably by then the game is either going to be near public release, or there's going to be enough beta testers that will be releasing enough videos to where you will have a better understanding of if this is something that you would want to jump into or not. I personally don't want anyone to jump in unless you're just an
Okay, I had
optimist.
this other thing
So,
too. Okay, so I went on the website just now and I seen that they're asking me for my first name, my last name, and some other information, right? Um, I'm not trying to dox my wallet, so if I can just like go on another wallet, do the auction, I could just put my information on that wallet. They don't need
you,
like, cause I didn't want to do the thing where they were like, oh, sign the thing to mint the thing with your clone wallet. That's not happening. Okay,
they're
that
all,
clone's not going anywhere. There's never going to be a chance for anyone to drain that out of my wallet. Like,
yes.
I don't trust anybody with it, not even Artifact. Okay, that clone, it belongs to me.
And
That's
and that's
mine.
good. I agree with that. I just want to clarify all that stuff to sign up. They just want to be able to email you like they emailed me saying the hunt's in 72 hours, 48 hours, 28 hours. You can mint now. That's just their newsletter. You don't have to sign up for it. Trust me, I just tested it because, I may potentially, also go in with a secondary wallet as well. You don't have to give them any information. You can just go connect your wallet, a fresh wallet, to the site, have some ETH on there, bid, and then get airdrop your droids and then just be gone. You can skip all that stuff. It even asks after you put your bid in, do you want to give them an email address so they can tell you if you've been outbid? You can even skip that part as well too. You don't have to give them any information. All of that is just for newsletter stuff.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that, because I have a problem with like signing into stuff. Like, even like I gotta find a way to like ZK transfer this bean that I have and some of these other things to another wallet that nobody knows about. Because the last thing I want is for it to be like the bull run again and people fucking trying to scam me for fucking ETH. I'm not gonna give up, because there's two things in this world I'm not giving up: my clone and my fucking ETH. They're not getting any of it.
It's pretty good. Pretty good to go into the bull market with. Not giving up my clone and my ETH, and I'm not letting my ledger get flooded. Like that. Those are the three things that I'm tracking.
Bro, my new fucking regime for the ledger stuff is crazy. I don't buy one ledger anymore when I need to make a new wallet. I buy 5, okay?
Jesus
And I
Christ.
make 3 backups, and I have 2 extra ledgers. And then I have like 50 of these fucking metal flat things where you got to slide in these little pieces of metal letters and stuff. I'm not playing anymore.
Hey,
I'm
but
never
that's a
getting
good thing.
caught slipping again.
That's a
Never
good thing.
again.
Because I've been seeing a lot of people recently getting drained, and I'm just like, what's going on? But hey, I wanted to be honest though about something though, Kiro, because I know you're a big person on privacy. This is the only news about privacy that they have confirmed. If you, as a droid holder, decide instead of renting out your droid to make passive income that way, if the game does blow up, you want to use your droid to actually play in the hunt. And let's say you win a Tesla model 2023, Y, whatever, right? Well, in order to claim your prize, you will have to dox yourself if you win a physical prize. Now, they said that if it is money, they want straight money, they would love to just drop it into your Ethereum wallet. But Ghost did not want to kind of confirm because legally they have to depending on what country you live in, there's just different rules and stuff. So when we're talking about winning prizes, they were like, look, at minimum, you would have to give us your address. He said, but I foresee you having to give us all of your information just for, tax purposes and all the other stuff. And then
They
he said,
can have my first name, last name, middle name. They can have a address that is registered in my name, but they're not gonna get where I leave my head. I'll tell
well,
you
no,
that
not
much.
do that. But he's just saying, like, because somebody said that they were not cool with that. And they were like, well, if you're not willing to give us an address to send a car to, we're not going to be able to give you the
Yeah,
car.
but they can't send me the cash for the car. I don't want the car from them. I can pick my
Oh, that's
own
but
vehicle.
Yeah, you
I'll
can get
ask
the
him that
cash.
tomorrow.
Just take the money.
Yeah, I'll ask him that
Take it in
tomorrow.
ETH, bro. Take it in ETH. You don't want the Canadian government touching any of your money, bro. I know how they are up there.
Bro, my bank account is still locked. Okay,
I know, bro. That's what I'm
it's been
saying.
7 months. Okay,
Imagine they find
that
out you
that
got
money is
cash coming from the
gone to me.
U.S.
I don't even think about it anymore, bro. That's how lost I know that money is. Okay, there's no way TD's giving me back my money. I don't trust Coinbase. I never did. I should never, ever, ever, ever have tried to cash out any of my crypto. I should have tried to buy a fucking island like I was during the bull market, man.
Wait, TD Ameritrade?
Yeah, so TD
Hit
is
me up,
actually
dude.
Toronto
DM me.
Dominion Bank, right?
Barely.
And
Yeah.
they're
DM me.
originally from Canada.
DM me.
Unfortunately.
DM me about that.
Bro,
Okay.
Darren said he's going to unlock it tonight.
Yeah, no, not tonight. Yo, how is Project X going to give away a Model Y Tesla? Like, no shit, Kuro doesn't want it.
Well, hopefully I said that right. Hold on, let me make sure that's what it is.
Yeah,
I need to work on my.
I don't want that. Like, I've already talked to Tevi about this in great detail. He's showed me Tesla many times, and the only Tesla that seems like it's worth anything is the Plaid.
Oh yeah, it is a Model Y.
I
2000.
just think it should be.
Yeah, no one wants that.
They make an X, right?
Yeah, they do make an X.
Wait,
I
They
want an
gotta
X,
give
what?
but
away an X. You gotta
not
talk
the
to
CloneX.
Ghost. You
What?
gotta talk to Ghost.
Yeah.
You know what? I will tell you. You know what, Ghost man, y'all are tripping about this car giveaway, bro. Step it up. Let's get an X out here.
Well, you can't have a project named Planet X and give away a Y.
Oh, actually, okay, that does.
Oh, now I see where Baron's going with this, bro.
I was
At
like,
first, I
bro,
was
what?
like,
Super
what?
simple.
I was like, well, we're seriously
I
upset.
know you, Shadow. You're going
It's
way too deep
sarcasm.
right from the start. You're like, let me check. It's just that simple. You can't. Kuro knows.
He's saying to stay on brand, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
I get it. I was over here like, whoa, bro.
You
I
can't
don't
be
get
doing
it.
that, dude.
Yo, that
You know
Model
what?
X gonna
If
hit for
somebody was giving away a
$100,000 off
diesel
top.
truck, like,
Yeah,
I'd
but
be on that, bro. But
you got to give the X if you're the X. No,
It's
I was
hitting for
listening.
100,000, man. Don't nobody want to give away 100,000.
I know. You know, I'm
I
just
will say this though,
playing around.
all
Dude,
of them.
everything costs. Every SUV that's nice costs $100,000 now or more. It's insane.
The
I don't know what happened.
BMW XM is going for 140. The hybrid joint did this job. So yes, everything, because inflation is a bitch.
It's just like what happened. Like you can get like S500s are cheaper than like not even a G wagon, just like a GLS 400, like with a little baby engine in it, little engine when it doesn't even do anything. Yo, all right, dude, we got progress. Okay, we got progress.
what happened?
Achievements were released on Dot Swoosh today. Achievements connected to what you're doing in Fortnite Epic Games. And that triggers something on the blockchain. And I now have achievements in my Dot Swoosh wallet, and they're dope. And they look like clothes for little, I don't know what yet, but it looks like a gold hoodie is what I got. So anyways, that's some good stuff. Files were easy to download. just one small request before I continue down my list. Can we get a dot swoosh retweet of Allie's video or share, however they do that? Or, I know that's probably but I'll just leave it there. Actually, I'll just leave that there. Topic 2. We had Johnny out there crushing it as a clone. He's was on the Instagram today with Yankee Kicks, looking at their new line of sneakers and stuff like that they're doing. Their line of clothing, it's fire. Artifact Creator's new logo dropped yesterday. It's dope. I'm just my last note is, how is Project X going to give away a Model Y? But we already talked about that. Yeah, dude, there's just a lot going on in a space that feels like it's stuck in the mud. Like if you get on the timeline and you just scroll around, it just feels like the same old shit. But there's a lot of real good stuff going on. I'm glad I'm here. That's all I got for now.
You know what it feels like to me? It's the same situation as if
I love these like nightly. Oh,
you can't hear me. It's the same situation as if like the people you grew up with who necessarily doing the same thing that they were doing before when you grew up, they still doing the same cycle of things. They're still having the same pubs that they go to on the weekend, and or you could move away from those people and meet a whole new network full of people and do more things because you're exposed to more. That's what this space is showing me right now. The people who feel like things aren't doing or going anywhere or doing anything new are the people who are stuck with those people who aren't necessarily doing anything new. But if you're going into these places like what we have here at Bad Take, where it's breathing life, when you come in here and you got creators like Ali who are doing things and so on and so forth, it feels like things are moving, even though the rest of the space feels stagnant. So it's just about who you put your energy with and around for the type of response, to get in the type of response you're looking to get. That's what it feels like to me. Green, we got to go to Cream, man. Green Cypher, man. Your hand been up for like 20 minutes, bro. You got to go there.
No, I wasn't even that long.
Real quick, just to close on that is, tell people about Bad Take. Okay, tell people what's going on here.
Everywhere I go, I tell people about Bad Take. I tell them about the homies down here.
Yeah, I'm just talking to the space in general. Like I'm talking to the universe.
Yeah, everybody.
Bring them, tell them to come home, come to Bad Take,
Yeah.
and we'll show them what the vibes are like, what the people are like. Go ahead, Green.
Well, let's get some retweets and some comments and some hearts and all of that stuff. That's what feeds the algorithm to get more people to see what we're doing and what we're speaking about and get them in here. So go ahead, Green.
I was just gonna add. So just an example of like a gaming company that's been building in Web3. Ironically enough, has ties to Artifact. You guys all might actually know about it. Medikey, right? So what Medikey did just right now, actually 23 minutes ago, it was kind of interesting because like the floor kind of like pumped, and it was kind of funny, because like Artifact Medikeys were getting sold for 0.25, and now the floor after the announcement is like 2 ETH. But anyways, so basically so everything actually pumped, like it's crazy, it's funny, but like who knows?
What? A pump?
Yeah. So check this. So basically, the announcement went around something like this. Medikey is actually like a development company in Web3, right? Medikey, like, worked with Artifact too, and they onboarded 1,000 clones because they had like airdrops, right? Or like 750, my bad. But anyways, so right now, what they added to their sustainability function is all their future clients are going to be paying a percentage of their commission in their native NFTs, the keys, right? So basically, they're telling their holders that your investment is is going to be basically like it's kind of weird actually, because if you think about it, it's like a share of Medikey's earnings, which kind of makes it like a security. But like Maddie obviously knows what he's doing, so he probably has like something figured out. But I just this happened like right now, so it was kind of interesting that we were just talking about gaming projects and metaverse and like play to earn and all that, and how Medikey is actually doing something similar. But this was just like their approach to it and how to keep it like sustainable.
Yo, I am not hip, bro. You just enlightened me and schooled me to something because I have no idea to what's going on. That's crazy.
No way, you had no idea about Medikey?
No idea about school. School, just share with the rest of the class, man, because I can't be the only one. But I'm not afraid to raise my hand and let you know that I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? Okay, when Artifact started, right? Artifact actually started in Decentraland. They were like a shoe brand, right? You guys know this. So what they did was they actually reached out to DCL Blogger, who owns this company called Medikey. They basically build virtual experiences for companies onboarding. Like they even did it for like Australian Open, right? They bought them to Decentraland. They're basically a huge onboarder for Decentraland, anyways. So yeah, they've been building their play to earn projects for forever. Um, but yeah, so in like when both of these projects were starting out, Artifact, when they launched their clone vials, that's actually how Hodl CEO, that's how he got his first clone vial, is because he had a Medikey 2, right? That's the Artifact collaboration, right? There were 750 of them. So the initial drop of like the first 10,000, right? Because like I think clones were like 10,000 and then they extended it to 20,000. So the first 10,000, that the 750 of them were from Medikey. They were all given like a free vial, and I think in the future they were given like a white list too or something. But yeah, Medikey has old ties to Artifact, but they're just I just thought it was interesting, man, that they're using this. Like this happened like 23 minutes ago. That's when he tweeted it, and so it's just crazy. But I'm surprised you guys don't know about Medikey, man. That's
That's why
wild.
we have spaces, bro.
Nah, I know about Medikey, but
Yeah, hell yeah, man, hell
I
yeah.
don't get it.
We have spaces so that we could learn from smart people like you. I was like, when I
Bro, I'm
like
not
first started
smart, bro.
spaces, I'm
I'm
like,
like
how do
the
I learn about
furthest
this
thing from
space?
smart, bro.
Well, dude, it's easier to do have a bunch of people doing their research and then sharing ideas in a space than me out there trying to figure it all out myself. So I come in here, get some good people on stage. You shadow educated me about the entire space that I missed earlier on Play Planet X, and now you're talking about Medikey, bro. There's a lot going on in this space, man, and I just don't. I don't think it's humanly possible to know everything about every project, right? And we know that. Like how many people in here know what's going on in say 2 or 3 or 4 other projects, let alone what's going on in the entire ecosystem of the one that they are in. Like there's probably shit about CloneX and Artifact I can't even question. I don't know.
Which
Or
is
I don't have
why
the answers for, right? Like shit from the past. Who knows? But
which why we need to get together, all clones that want in, and create a NFT index where we have people who keep up to date on certain projects and either create videos or blogs, and it is all in one space, one website. It's an index where everybody can learn everything about a project. I've been waiting for somebody to do that. That's $1 million idea for free. Anybody that has time to do that, if you do it, they will come.
it's like a Wikipedia of NFTs. Is that what you're talking about? Except with
Basically,
more credibility than Wikipedia?
exactly. It needs to be
Gotcha.
the NFT index, and you can click on, for instance, CloneX, and it will have in chronological order every major update since the beginning. I'm talking MetaPigeon all the way up to Animus, and they can just scroll through, see articles, Medium articles, Twitter posts, everything all categorized in order from start to finish. Somebody needs to make that, because I'm telling you, if you make that, people will come. So if I'm like, man, you know what? I
Yeah.
really want to buy an Azuki. Let me go figure out what this is all about. Boom, boom. Let me read this or watch this.
You know how I know um, this ain't a bad idea and Shadow's not bullshitting? Because a lot of the major games that I've played, like RuneScape and this game Foxhole that I play, they all have websites dedicated. They're like RuneScape Wiki or some shit. And it's a website where you can go on and it's almost like formatted like WikiLeaks or Wikipedia, and you could find anything you need about that entire game in like a Wikipedia style format. He's not fucking bullshitting. These are actual real websites, and it's not a bad idea actually.
You just need money to start this. And I know I said free. I take that back. I want 2% now. But yeah, this is how you do it.
Le-
You get money. What's up? Oh, you get money together and you hire people who know their shit, and their main goal is to keep tabs on projects. As soon as something launches, their goal is create a video, a Medium article, a Twitter thread, post it, whatever, but then they connect it to the site. So everybody that has alerts on CloneX, maybe they're not even in Web3, Twitter, or threads or whatever, they at any point in time they're up to date on what their project's doing, what their founders say. It's all in one funnel, and you're never missing a beat. You know when the launch days are, you know how much mints are, all these questions are all scattered around, and it bugs the shit out of me, man. And I know I'm not the only person.
the thing is finding someone to maintain it. That's going to stay interested. That's going to be motivated and compensated like appropriately. Um, hmm.
Make it a token. Make it a token access for membership. Make it infinite amount. Make them pay like 0.2 for lifetime supply of having every update to every NFT project they would ever want. You
Yeah,
only
I
the,
think
need
it's
the
like
good.
thing
six
is, you
people.
wouldn't have enough runway to have people like
It's got to
it's
be
very
free.
hard to have a startup that with no runway. Like it has to be like a passion project type thing. Like that's the only reason that that what's it called works. Sassy Labs works, is because the people involved in it, we're very passionate about our IP rights. We're all like business owners that like to make more businesses and shit. Like I couldn't afford to gas up this big ass truck if I wasn't making money every day. That's the thing people don't understand about this space is like my income doesn't come from fucking NFTs. So like I could just do whatever the fuck I want all day. Um, shout out to being a fucking legal drug dealer.
No, you honestly, Kiro, I get what you're saying, but you just need like, for instance, and I will use myself, even though I am self-aware enough to know that I have the skills to do it, I'm not willing to put in the effort. Yes, I understand that's deep self-reflection, but I'm willing to do that for Artifact for damn near free, just to have a place where all the information is organized from start to finish. If I knew I was doing that towards a task where it'll be posted somewhere forever and every new person will never have to go through what I went to, it would be amazing. You can get someone like Ilan who's passionate about their project with Azukis. I know he knows every single thing from start to finish. You just need to find those people and, in a sense, hire them, or, make it percentage based. We all do what we already are passionate about doing and are already posting. All we're doing is just organizing it in one place.
If there's anything about those platforms, are always free, and they have a donation button, and they fucking live on donations. Those wiki platforms all are donation based. Kiro's right. It's the process to keep it updated, but most of them are community updated, and then there are paid editors who will fact check or double check to make sure that the updates are confirmed. Like that's how a lot of the gaming wikis run. Like all community updated and
Exactly.
editor. So it's all donation based. It's not really
When I'm
it's
done with
definitely not a
this, like
business model. They're not making no money. It's more so for the
when
community.
I'm done with the IP marketplace, I will help you guys. I'll help you, Shadow, do that if you'll update the artifact side of it. There are a couple of projects I just don't talk about the stuff that I'm into, but that I'm very passionate about, that I have notes on that I can update as well. Um, Namely, just Board Ape Yacht Club or whatever, right? But like, if we each had like a section that we're passionate about that we could update once a week,
Exactly.
it's not hard to monetize things here, guys. Um, I don't know how anyone else feels about this, but I don't mind sitting inside of a space where somebody's been paid to interview somebody, because at least now we're gonna get some fucking answers, okay? And they're not gonna run away. because I get tired of going into spaces where these people don't want to pay to be interviewed. Then they just go and run away. But when there's money on the line, they sit there and they answer those fucking questions. And it's either, you feel like you're getting rugged or you're not getting rugged. It's just that simple. But some of these like project owners, they got to put some bread behind their project, man. Like I like the Planet X people because they're hiring from within like the Twitter crypto like NFT culture or whatever fucking Web3, whatever bullshit you guys are calling it these days. Um, and like, honestly, I like that because it gives people a reason to be interested and to like reach out to the right people to make thoughtful decisions. That guy can't run from any stage. He's got to answer every question that any bozo like myself would have. He can't run nowhere because he already paid. He runs away. He ran away from his money, and you don't get no answers.
He's
Yo,
paid up front.
let's spark that up here. Let's do a bad take one for Artifact. Shadow, let's talk about that and just do it from one project and build it up from the ground up because you just did it yourself. So all the information is fresh. It can't be that hard for us to get it together. And then we can find a way to do it.
I was gonna say, Joe, that's a good idea because honestly, you could just start it, and we're all here to peer review it, like community notes. There's an incentive to branch out from here, man.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, look, I know that I can do it. It's just having the willpower to want to do it. But if I knew that, like, look, when you put this work in, it's going to help many new clones, then hell yeah, I'll fucking do it. Because I really what I'm waiting for is to see what this website looks like. Because if they do it on their website, then cool. But if not, somebody has to do it. And if it has to be me, I'll do it.
Now check this out. Y'all are overthinking this. The work's already been done. Like it's all out there, and there's people like independent researchers that have done this work. Like at the top, I posted a link. This guy's name is Ancient 8. He's on Ancient 8. He's on Twitter. He's very quiet, but he's put together the most extensive research packet on artifacts you could probably read. And I pinned it to the top. The work's done. And there's a lot of other people that have done this that I found. And to make a wiki, you can kind of take pieces. He's done graphics. I don't know. Y'all can browse through it. But there's a lot of sources out there to kind of put a lot of information together. It wouldn't be the biggest
this is perfect.
take on. Look at that. There's so many graphics in there. Shadow, this is what I was looking for the other night, bro, when you were like, I need something to send to somebody that don't know nothing about artifact. I need graphics. I need this. And I said, all right, here, bet. Like, this is what I was looking for, and I found it.
But this is the format. And this guy, like, honestly, Carol, like, I'm good at writing threads, but that's because I know how to just organize thoughts. This guy seems like guy or girl, they already have it. Like this thing right here is what we need in a updating weekly format for every single NFT project. It needs to be this clean every single time, period. People, donations, if we do NFT, subscription, whatever, it's going to work. I know it's going to work because everybody needs it. Because if there was a one spot where people can go, the first question everybody asks is, oh, what's minting? What's minting this week? Or because like somebody said the other day, man, I can't wait to mint tomorrow. And they're like, what's minting? What's on the mint list? You can have a mint section. Every single mint, Solano, Ethereum, even you can have ordinals. Every single mint, every single day on time. We just need all the information is out there. Somebody needs to get a team together to organize it all into one location. That's it. Yep. Then you crack the code.
Shadow's wiki got me rugged because he told me that something was minted, and I went and minted it, and it said it on his wiki page.
True.
Don't give me rugged, Shadow. No, I'm playing. Save that link though, guys. It's there's a lot of graphics in there y'all can use.
What is that, dude?
Bro, it's the coolest fucking write-up you've ever read.
Yo, that's
I'm telling you, I found this a while ago. I found this dude a while ago, and I just What's up?
Yo, he essentially does exactly that, though. other than the weekly update, or like whoever this group of people is. If you check out their white paper, that's exactly what they're doing. They're like going through GameFi, NFTFi, just like a whole bunch of made up words.
So is it like an analyst?
Yeah, it's basically like, like the guys that do the write ups on the Bloomberg
Yeah.
terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same thing, man.
Yeah,
Same
exactly.
thing. Yeah,
That
but
is
this
fire.
person is very intelligent though. Some of those Bloomberg guys are fucking right out of it.
Yeah,
They
well,
try to tell me. They try to tell me I was going to lose 30% of the value inside of my Nike shares. Guess what? Nike's a stable coin, you bozos.
Yeah, this guy though, he does. Well, this is nice. I actually really like this site. Thank you for this. This. I'm not saying decent because it's bad. I'm just the thing that I'm envisioning is just a one-stop shop for everything, but it has to be like this, exactly like this, but for everything, not just for certain things. I'm talking every single NFT, ordinal, whatever you want to call it, next digital asset. Period, you should be able to type in the name and it'll pull up a chronological order of everything about that. And then it has the mint, what future mints you're looking forward to, what current holders are currently holding, what's available, what is ended, what's expired. Like if in NFTs, you only know about something because you heard about it on a space or you saw a tweet. That's it. If you didn't hear about it on a space or a tweet, if you take time off from Twitter like a month or so, right? You come back, you miss so much shit. But if you had a website you can check daily as part of your daily routine, like, oh, what's going on today? Okay, what is this Planet X? Oh, let's click on it, yada yada yada, and yeah, now you got everything. You can even put that in an app. You can follow certain projects. I mean, it's like Twitter, yes, but like it's across the board for everything. You can add things onto things you want to get notified anytime something changes, and things that you don't want to get notified about. It just simplifies it.
I think that's a great idea, Shadow. But like Compound kind of hinted at the fact that it has to be accurate. Like accuracy is paramount, and I think that would involve like community. If community can go in and like edit some shit, kind of like Wiki, but to a certain extent, right? That would be phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be accurate. I mean, that's the number one thing. I mean, it needs to be checked off. Like somebody, yes, is gathering the information, but obviously there should be like a daily, like, yo, this is what's going on. Triple check it, make sure that's correct. Even maybe have, open conversations with founders and things of that nature. So, look, I see it being possible. It's kind of annoying. It was fun at first, but now I'm just like, yo, how can we get all of this organized? Because it's like a ball of yarn, and it's kind of just went everywhere. But I guess that's how you find gems, right? So I don't know, man.
What
Shout
example?
out, let's do it, man. Slide in the
yeah.
DMs. Let's get it together for real.
Yo, focus on artifact first, though.
Exactly, that's what I
Pump
mean.
our fucking bags
No,
first.
it has, yeah. So the next shadow that comes in doesn't have to follow or fall into your shadow doing the same thing that you did.
Yeah, and
Let's
then
do
once
it,
you
bro.
build out what you need for artifact, it's just going to be the template for everything else because we got more ecosystems and
Facts.
drops and creators and
It'll be the
challenges.
proof of concept that we can utilize for any and every other project that comes along the line. And that's how you monetize. Let's do it, man. Fuck it. Fuck it, baby. Fuck it. Do
But
it
you
now.
got to call it like shadow. You got to call it like shadow topics. I mean, it's got to be like branded as not necessarily like artifact, but like, you want to build it so they have to acquire it. If we're being honest.
I got a name for it too. And we can build it within this community.
Something better than what I just said.
Yeah, we could call. I mean, so this is the thing we have, right? We got bad take, right, and that kind of gives everyone the freedom to come in and speak their piece and give their information from their perspective, and nothing is really held, quote unquote, held to someone because it's their bad take. But we can be building up this information bank that we're creating, and we can call it bad news. And that way you can come through and receive all the news that you're looking for. And it gives you the freedom to have an understanding on it.
Yeah, and it's got a freedom to be perfectly inaccurate or accurate. Like, you know what I mean? Perfectly inaccurate. It's like, it's not going to be perfect. What do you guys expect? But what we came from shit, right? Like, if you were here before, like, it's like, dude, this is so much better. And I'm not really talking about necessarily Artifact when I laugh about that or call it shit specifically, is like, Artifact's got, they're ahead of the game, and it's still not organized, as Shadow said. It's everywhere. And that's
100%.
because the bowl was like a freaking bowl. What do bowls do in the China shop? They wreck the place, dude.
So it
And
just gives us the same type of freedom, right? The same type of freedom, because it's always going to be evolving. It's always going to be updated. Sometimes it might be missed out.
yeah,
We might have some holes, but it's still news. So it's, it's
and
bad
that's why it's
news.
so hard for the team to put something like that together, because it's like, I know what it's like. It's like compliance has to bless us. I'm like, shoot, we're gonna roll, okay. And now but they can't necessarily do that, especially on a public website. So bad news, baby.
Well, I'll say this. I'll be honest with y'all. I'm really hoping I have the idea, but I'm really hoping somebody else steps up. But I mean, like I said, if it
Hit
comes
up hit up Jack and Jem, dude. They built an amazing website.
if it comes down to it, I will help and support. But look, I'm gonna just be straight up honest with you guys. NFT is like my hobby, right? Threads are like my hobby, right? When I feel it, I just write out a thread, shoot it out, cool. Now this is more of just a frustration because let me actually add another thing in there. You know what another thing is that I don't like? If I am interested in a project and I hear somebody talk about it, especially if I'm working and I'm listening on my computer or something, it's like, okay, I want to know about this project. And then it's like, okay, well, I want to get some news of it. I want to feel the community's heartbeat. How do I know who to follow? Who are their community leads? Who are their founders? Like, it's so hard. Even sometimes when you go to like a project's page, they'll be following like 200 and something 50 like affiliates, and some of those people don't tweet like at all. I want to follow the compounds and the Dre Millies and the Barons and the Kuros of a project. You know what I mean? So that way I can slowly integrate myself into that project. You get like there's a lot of people that window shop communities. They'll come in like what I did. I come in, I listen. Okay, these people sound like they're not crazy. All right, let's see what they sound like on Wednesday. Okay, let's see what they sound like on Monday. Okay, let's follow Dre Millie. Let's follow Compound. Okay, their tweets are not crazy. If there was a way also on bad news to where it's like, yo, you're interested in CloneX, cool. You can hit this follow button, and it takes you to Twitter. You can follow these 4 people that have been voted as decent human beings that are not shillers and are actually positive about their community. No, like we're trying to get new people to get in touch with the right people, not for engagement farming, not to make all this money on all this other BS everybody's focused on. Like genuinely just helping out the new people. If you really want people to get into Web3, you got to organize all this shit, man.
Yeah, bro. First impressions mean everything. And definitely, like, if someone enters a community and the first people that they run into are probably the least important people for them to have met, that impacts a lot of the trajectory of, like, how they talk about that community in their smaller groups or bigger groups, how they go about the relationships in that community. Like, it has a lot to do with all of that. So yeah, like where you start the game at is important. So having somewhere that could like shoot people to those, because like when you followed Artifact's Twitter in the very beginning, and it kind of shows you like 30 other clones you can follow. It's kind of crazy because like I want to hit the follow button because I see like a lot of people in there that I recognize, but I know it's bunching in a bunch of random like accounts as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. And it's gonna
So
fuck up your
yeah.
algorithm.
Exactly. So having a clean slate. Literally, if I could have been told that Compound, Dre Millie, Curl, and Shadow are some important people to come to for like communicative opinions, I could even see another subcategory where they're like shooting us to people like Rubsy, you know what I'm saying, and Johnny, and like it's like for the creative side, the fashion side of things, like I mean, there's for sure a lot of directions that could be took. And to be honest, in my personal opinion, I think that if we like were to I feel like if we were to create something that like was specifically for like the artifact community, like you gotta help yourself before you can help others. Even though I know we just talking big picture, you feel me? But if we could like create something for this, I think that could be insane. Even if it was like a little website that we could choose the profile links that go directly in the queue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the whole point. The whole point is, yes, some of these projects they do have it organized and they do have it, on. I'm just using an example. I don't know, but maybe if I go to, Mutant Ape, or if I go to Pudgy Penguin, it's all listed there and it has like dominant community leads. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, someone who doesn't know, and when they see your shoes in October, if there was a, like, where can I find out news about, NFTs, right? Or, just it'll be some keyword, and it will trigger the link bad news, and bad news will have every single NFT project, all their links, chronological order, their founders you can follow here on these socials. This is their Discord, this is their Twitter. I'm talking like to the T, every single thing in one spot, period, for everything. Then we're talking. But yeah, whoever wants to do it, man, no pressure.
But y'all know like, hey, y'all mind real quick? Because I just thought of something. So you know how people be having like the link trees in their bio, and you could pretty much choose all the links that go under that. Like, what if we had like an artifact community link tree, and we chose like we actually just like amongst maybe like bad take, like we chose some community members to put their account profiles in that link tree. Because one thing for a fact is that like if I had a friend that I wanted to be like, y'all, this is kind of like the community side of artifact who I really spend my time around and listen to, I don't know, sending a link tree is kind of slick because you could go through every account instead of having to go get overwhelmed by maybe the aesthetics of the website or whatever's going on the official Twitter.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Gotta say I love that take, and I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with NFT Inspect, but they actually do something similar where it has all the most popular artifact members in the community. It has the founders, it shows all their Twitter information. Like it shows that Kuro's on there, a bunch of people that are in this, like are the top artifact community members.
So I have heard of NFT Inspect, and I also have heard that it has us low on the totem pole because we all like to customize our PFPs. What I will say to that is an idea of what I'm kind of talking about, but I'm thinking of like a link tree / Twitter thread on crack, all in one location per thing. But you are right. Like right now, to find prominent people in certain projects, like NFT Inspect is the best. But now, if their NFT project, but there's some times where there's like, just because you have the most followers doesn't mean like you're the person that people should be following to get info. And it's a hard balance. That's why I feel like if it was community voted on, because this whole thing is like community voted, right? So I'm not saying like just one person's like, yo, I think these people because I like them and I'm buddies with them. And I'm talking like an actual like, yo, who is actually out here, who is actually what do you call it? Nurturing the newbies, right? Kind of like Discord moderators, right? The people who are people who are in Twitter space, threads, whatever social media platform, who are out here, who will be okay with waking up to having like 35 messages from newbies asking questions like, yo, what about this and this? And then they could then, tell them, hey, check out the Discord. Hey, follow this person. Like somebody like a mother hen type of deal. I don't know, man. It's getting a little bit too deep. Now we're talking about like $1 million website, but just any bit of organization, period, bro, it will be better than what we got. Because even right now, I was surprised at the amount of people. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I was surprised at the amount of people that didn't know that they were giving away free keys for their project, and that people were giving away, apes and all the other stuff. But then I realized, like, even when these people talk shit about Artifact, they don't know because they think all we got coming up is a radio station. That's it. So yeah, man, I don't know.
But no, you can't take that, because think about the source of where you're getting the information from.
Boom.
He forever always want to put out the least amount of great information, regardless of what it is. Where the information is coming from. But I do understand your point. Like, if we have the information coming from us, no one else can give us any type of bad name or any type of misinformation or spread anything bad about us as a community. I understand and I agree. I think you're the perfect person for this, man. I know you keep nominating everybody else
That's
to jump
right.
into and do it. I think we found our
It's
guy
We
right
got our
here.
guy.
it's also probably smart to wait for the new Artifact website to come out to see what it encompasses, and then maybe fill gaps after that. So
And,
Big
and
facts.
I just wanted to say, I know there's mods in here. I'm not saying that that's not what you guys are working on. I'm just saying that if not, then look, we gotta do something, man. I hope so,
You
though.
got to do you.
We as in you.
Shadow, we saw Shadow today, bro. Listen, I watched Shadow today spend 7 hours in spaces, and then his boss told him good job, and wasn't even tripping. So we know he's got time.
Well, I found that I work better under pressure, man. I'm just that type of person where, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's really weird. The more time that I have, the worse it comes out. The less time that I have, and the more that I'm just like an email, hey, dog is sick, going
Me
to the
too.
pet hospital. I need you to step in.
Me.
Here are my files. The meeting's in 30 minutes. Best performance ever to the whole like freaking different departments. He's getting raving emails like, "Hey, that was really good," and da da da. And now he's like, "Oh yeah, good job, man." I'm like, "Shit, do I just only perform good under pressure? Like, what the fuck?"
Me too. It's the same thing like Jordan in the fourth quarter, man. Pressure makes diamonds, bro. That's all that means.
So
Burst
It's like Dre
pipes.
Mill on
That
that
starts with
video.
me. Yo,
Shadow
I made
goes,
it
I
into the
sent an
motherfucking
email about
video,
the
bro.
dog and got somebody my files, and everybody was like, yo, that's raving fan type shit, man. Good job, dude. Shadow, I need to work where you work, brother. That's some good stuff. All you got to do is
And
just let them know that you're going to the animal hospital, send some files, and everybody's just happy as clams. That's the type of place I'm talking about.
yeah, man. I mean, look, as long as as long as as long as you, if you're gonna throw me to the wolves, at least give me like a knife or something, man. I'll make it happen. I read through those files as like quick as shit. I was like, okay, I get it, got it. All right, here we go. Boot it up, Zoom, click, click, click. Welcome to everybody. Here we go. It's just, bro, I just went in. I was actually surprised with myself, and I know I'm up here gloating, but today was a different day for me, man. As soon as I got done with that Zoom call, I was still in spaces. By the way, I just had my phone charging in the room, and I just picked up my phone, jumped right back into spaces, picked up where I left off. I was like, God damn, bro, today is just weird. And then Allie dropped an amazing video. So yeah, today was a good day. Too bad it would have been a perfect day if it wasn't for the fact of this idiot posting that nonsense about Fawn. But reporting.
You can't. You got to just think for her, good positive vibes, and I'm not even giving.
There we
Crushed
go,
it today
Baron.
out there, Shadow. You know what I did? I went to the DMV, and you know how much my
Damn,
ego tells me I shouldn't have to go there. Like, dude, I've needed to go there for like a year, over a year. I got 2 cars I got to register. I got one that I haven't even retitled since I bought it 2 years ago, and so it's still in another guy's name. And I need to get a driver's license. So yeah,
bro. The DMV will I truly believe the DMV was made to just straight humble people, bro. They have the meanest people. It don't matter how bad you think you are, how important you think you are, how much of a hurry you think you're in. They will put you in your place real
bro,
quick. I've seen people think they can get one over on
you
the
can't.
DMV and get
I
right
went
back
in there
down, bro.
military style. I brought all my files in a briefcase, perfectly organized. Dude, this lady was eating people out and spitting them out, dude. This Oh my god, this one girl was like, "I'm not don't have the right you don't have the right documentation," and the girl literally was frozen. She didn't know what to do. I think she just left. I mean, it was Shadow. You couldn't. It was the most efficient situation I've ever been in, though, because I was ready.
Bro, she probably waited like an hour and a half and then left to feed it, bro. Dude, when I'm gotta go to the DMV, that's a day event. I take the day off. People laugh at me, but look, if I have to go to the DMV, I'm taking the day off because I gotta make sure I got everything. I know I'm gonna be where I live at. I live like near the Houston area, so it's busy. It's just busy. The DMVs are backed up. I think for a passport and stuff now, or no, not passport. You don't get that in the DMV, but documents are behind. They're like 3 6 months behind. When back in the day you'd be able to get in like a week or so. But yeah, man, that's a day event.
So when you sign up as a client with us, you get a POA signed, power of attorney. We go to the DMV for all of our clients, register their cars, do all that stuff for them. It's like one of the things they love the most. Like, oh, yo, could you run over the DMV for us? Like, yep, we'll send somebody on over.
I gotta get my riches up so I can sign up to what you're doing, Baron. Because this sounds like heaven. That's the type of shit that
Concierge,
I need to
baby.
do.
Concierge services.
Hey, it sound like you take care of people that got money, man. We ain't at that point. Talk to me next bull run, bro.
We all got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know I did from the bottom, and not. I mean, wasn't like homeless, but it was. It's just a matter of time. The people that you see like shoot up like a bottle rocket, and it like the success like looks like it's like, damn man, they really made it. Like it's not. It's like a nickel rocket, man. That thing goes up and comes right back down, man. You need to. We're all building a foundation right now, and if you feel like you're putting in the work and you're not seeing it yet, it's happening. You just can't see it. Others will see it and tell you like, "Oh, you're doing a good job." You're like, "Yeah, whatever, fuck that." We're like,
Cystic
"Dude,
acne.
it's all happening." All right.
That's what I call it.
What'd you call it? Point.
Cystic acne.
Mm,
It's deep. You know what I'm saying?
it's all happening.
It's deep, baby. No, that's real. It's that's I feel like that's where I'm at, personally speaking, for real. Like not the acne shit, but it's deep for me too. You know what I mean? It's not bad. It don't, you know what I mean? Life ain't bad, but it can definitely be
Oh
better, but it's all
no.
building in the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Are we having connection issues?
Uh oh.
I think Compa having connection issues all night long, man. He needs some blue pills to keep him up, bro. What is going on?
Dude said blue.
Those Klonopins, ain't they?
We can.
This Wi-Fi.
back because I can't.
I don't ever believe you when you say you left. Like, how you leaving, bro? We here with you. How you leave? You leave, we leave. Yes, I do. It's been 8 months. I've been asking for that. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Proof. I want some proof. Watch this Brother Ruggers, y'all. It's been a good one.
Dang. We ain't even get to talk about the watches, bro. I don't know what you guys got against watches, bro, but it's pretty cool, man. I would be happy with watches.
Yeah, dude, but it better be fine jewelry.